Well, I guess his stock just went up, Golden Boy.
Hello, and welcome back to the Football Corner. Welcome back to another live stream, another show, another video on the channel. And today, my people, we have episode 10 of the Gooner Lounge. Back again with another video with my boys Ashraf and TKA. Football in the building, aka T. And listen, we're in the building today, man. Big up, lads. How you guys doing? You good?
Big up.
All
Doing
good,
well,
all good. Big
alhamdulillah.
up to all of you guys.
Big up, man. Big up. And listen, guys, make sure you're smashing the like button as always. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel as always. And make sure you are subscribing to the boys as well. Their descriptions will be, or their links will be in the description as well. So make sure you are subscribing to them. Yes, salam akhoya, like always, late. Listen, today I was late, man. I can't lie, I got stuck on another show, man. But big up to yourself. Big up, man. And listen, I think the first thing we need to get onto is all of this, obviously, Ornstein, the Ornstein bomber, yeah, as they like to call it. Ornstein dropping bombs all over the place at the moment. He came out, he said that Tony isn't there, most likely to happen in the summer. Also, looks like Osimhen is most likely to be done in the summer. They were looking at a potential deal for Zubimendi. That might be pushed to the summer now. They're going to be looking for other players. Now, but yeah, pretty much Douglas Luiz as well. That's something that's going to be pushed to the summer. They're not gonna do anything this January, it looks like, because of FFP. So, guys, what are your thoughts on the whole David Ornstein situation with us not apparently going for anybody in the January transfer window?
T, you want to start or?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's just another reflection of how we do business. It's which is really shit. We never prepare ourselves for the future when it comes to having a budget, and with budget I mean having the spending room that FFP allows, because of the fact that we can never sell players for a good price, because in the past we've sold good players, up and coming players, for cheap prices as well, or we let them go for free. It's always been the same. And yeah, I think it's really stupid, because if you sell, for example, someone like Eddie Nketiah for 20, maybe 30 million, you would have the spending room to buy for example, a Ivan Toney for the asking price of Brentford, because they say, yo, we don't want to sell him in January because they know they can get a better price in summer. But what if you can provide that price right now? If you can do good business, you can provide that price right now. And when I say if you sell Eddie Nketiah for 20, 30 million, you would have the spending room with FFP. That's because when you buy a player, for example, Ivan Toney, the asking price is 70, 80 million. Okay? But it's never the case that you pay the 70, 80 million at once. Okay? They look at what you have spent in the calendar year of 2024. And if you split, for example, that price in maybe 4 ways or 3 ways, you have the Eddie Nketiah budget that you've spent in 2024, you've spent on the first year of that player's contract. basically. Okay, and that is good business. And uh, I'm not the most known person, but I have one thing that I've always said about the people on the higher ups. I've never rated the Kron case. I still don't rate them. They are the reason we are in this shit situation as a club in the first place. It kind of reminds me of the Daniel Radcliffe situation, minority stake, and then boom, he gets the majority, and at the end of that ride, the club goes shit, and he appoints a person named Edu Gaspar that I've never rated, and now we still are in this shit situation of doing shit business. We cannot sell players. We always crumble when it comes to negotiations, and this is the reason we cannot do business in January. This is the reason these clubs say we're not going to sell these players in January. We're going to keep them because trust me, bro, money talks at the end of the day. When you can spend this money, when you can offer them this money, they will change their mind and they will say, you know what? Maybe January doesn't sound so bad after all, you know? And at the end of the day, it's because of our shit business. And the fact that we don't even have the power or the room to offer these prices is, at the end of the day, because of Edu and his shit business and the way we do business at the end of the day. And that's my reflection. I don't rate Edu.
Would you not say though that Edu obviously was able to get the likes of Declan Rice to the club? It was able to get the likes of Jesus to the club, was able to sign all of these deals for these players.
I'll give you an example, yeah?
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate at the moment.
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah.
When someone asks you, literally, they look at your face, for a female, for example, they look at you in a way that you just know this one is mine for today, you know? Mm-hmm. That look, Declan Rice gave it, Mudryk gave it, you know, everyone wants to play for a big club like Arsenal. They scream it. They just let you know that they want to play with you. And that doesn't come on Edu's big business at the end of the day. It's because that player wants to come to us in the first place. You know, it's just that's not a given. Look, if City were actually in a bidding war with us, trust me, we would lose. We wouldn't win it. The reason why they gave up and City gave up is because Declan Rice said, I want to go to Arsenal. That's not because of Edu's big business. And I understand when you say he got us players like Jesus, he got us players like, I don't know, Trossard when Mudryk did the unthinkable, you know. But some things happen because of luck, and a lot of times when we didn't get our main players, we ended up with shit. Jorginho, for example, you know, we wanted Caicedo, we wanted a 100 million winger, we ended up with a 25 million winger, which ended up good. I'm happy with that, but we cannot do business. When we have a target, we only have that one target, and we don't have alternatives. We always buy trash from a club that knows. For Chelsea, for example, they know that we want to spend big for Caicedo. They sell us Jorginho for like how much? 15 million. And what did they do? They put that price in for the Caicedo transfer. They sold us Havertz for 65 million. What happened? They put the price in the Caicedo deal. You know, it's when your club moves like a small club when it comes to business, I will call you out. And we've done this for years, bro. How many times did we end up with shit players? Kim Kallstrom with a broken back, for example. You know that year. You remember that?
Yeah, that was stinky. Kim Kallstrom, man, came in with the back injury, bro. I swear, I only saw him like once or twice that season.
Mm-hmm. And we wanted Caicedo, an 80 million midfielder, up and coming, fresh, new player. And who did we end up with? Jorginho, a 31-year-old man who left his prime a few years ago. The only thing people were saying is, oh, he was a Ballon d'Or candidate, so maybe it will be good. But no, it just comes down to our club being shit in business as always, and not having a solid plan B, and ending up with a player who is levels below the player that we wanted in the first place. And big clubs finish when it comes to transfers for good players, and we don't. We crumble.
Listen, you know what? I'll let Ash go, and then I'll speak. I'll speak last. Ash, what are your thoughts on this whole?
Look,
situation?
I mean, I understand where T is coming from for sure, but I don't know if I fully agree, because I think there are many instances where we did end up losing on our main target and we got someone who's decent. Like last season, if you guys remember Martinez, we were chasing Martinez first, Lisandro Martinez, and we were chasing him to play him as a left back, right? And he obviously rejected us and joined United, probably because his former boss obviously like went there. And we ended up signing Zinchenko instead, right? Like couple of years before that, when we went to sign Sam Awar, if you guys remember, from Lyon, right? And we bid the first time, they rejected. We bid the second time, they rejected. And then in the end, we're like, you know what? Frick, like the hell with it. We'll go after someone else. And we activated the release clause of Thomas Partey towards the end. At that time, I think we were playing him a bit more CM than DM. And obviously last season, Arteta figured things out and started playing Chaka there. But my point is, like, there are instances where we have gone after certain players and they worked out for the better. I look at Mudryk. I know, like, the fact is Mudryk wanted to join us, right? And like, he was twerking for us all over social media and everything, right? But Edu and Arteta took the stance of not spending that kind of money to get him. Whether it was the right decision or not, we'll never truly know. But what I do know for a fact is the guy who we got in his place turned out to be an amazing player for us, like Trossard last season, right? So I don't know, man. Like the thing is with David Ornstein's tweet, I haven't read the whole article. I know he tweeted like something about different clubs, but I haven't read the article. But I don't know if I fully believe that we will not do any business in Jan, because that would be a bit unprecedented. I know we've done that 2 seasons ago, but I think in a title challenging season, we probably might end up signing someone, at least like one player. But even if we don't, I feel like other teams might be in a similar position. You see, for me, right? I wouldn't. Oh, is that the tweet?
So this is the tweet here, where it says, "This is what David Ornstein said." He said, "Ivan Toney will most likely stay at Brentford until at least the summer. No developments on his future. Arsenal are not interested in Dominic Solanke. Luckily, thank you.
Yeah, thank God for that.
And then thank God, bro, because I don't think he's much better than Nketiah, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
And then he also said Arsenal not planning to sign Douglas Luiz. He is not wanted unanimously at the club." So
okay, but none of these statements signify or indicate that we're not gonna try and get someone. It's just that we're not gonna get these players specifically.
But you know, with the Douglas Luiz one, it was funny because same way, Fabrizio Romano come out and said Douglas Luiz remains Arsenal's favourite option as midfielder. So this is 2 big journalists that are kind of one saying one thing. They're contradicting themselves massively, massively, because he's saying that Arsenal's favourite option for a midfielder. He's considered the perfect player, but Aston Villa remain on their position that they don't want to sell Douglas Luiz. No changes since November, where he tweeted they don't want to sell him.
But if you notice Ornstein's tweet, the key word is unanimously, which means there's someone or some people in the club that probably don't want Douglas Luiz for whatever reason. Because the fact that he said unanimously, which means there are a bunch of people who are in for the transfer, but someone high up, whoever it is, whether it's Edu, I'm assuming Edu probably wants him because the Brazilian connection. Maybe Arteta or some of his coaching staff or Josh Kroenke, whoever it is, or maybe some of the players, who knows, are not like
whoever it is, it's a smart person.
Yeah. I don't think so. Come on, T. Like, let the agenda go. Let the agenda go. I honestly, of all the players we could sign out there, I think he's the best suited for our style.
Right now, if you compare all the targets, then yes, I agree.
100%. And I would take him over getting any striker. Like, if you tell me, let's continue with the remaining strikers we have.
Yeah, but if Barella suddenly becomes a target, I will switch to Barella immediately.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not that sold on Barella.
You're talking. No, you're crazy, Ashraf. But just obviously reading this as well. Obviously, Miguel Delaney, who came out and said this. This was 2 days ago. He came out and said Arteta feels he needs a centre forward, another midfielder, and 2 fullbacks to complete his squad.
That's crazy.
Arsenal's, Arsenal's. I can't believe we're adding more defenders still, more fullbacks.
Unless we're planning to switch Tomiyasu to centre back.
Unless we're trying to switch some of them to centre back, which I think Ben White, he wants to switch him back to centre back. I have a weird feeling.
Maybe, yeah.
Ben White back to centre back. He's saying Arsenal's budget and their own profit and sustainability concerns mean they only have they have to compromise on at least 2 of those for the time being, unless there are additional sales to supplement their transfer budget in order to sign Tony. So it looks like if we are to get Tony, we have to sell. We have to sell players in order to get him. And then there was another one here which said, let me just go because I got now. Obviously, this is the one that was from David Austin as well. Arsenal explored the potential deal for Martin Zubimendi a year ago, and interest in the Spaniard remains strong. Several factors would have to combine for the move to happen.
Yeah, I don't think this one will happen, man.
I don't think so. Apparently, he doesn't want to leave Spain. Apparently, he doesn't want to leave Spain, which is a big factor in it as well.
Fair. If he doesn't want to leave Spain, that's a different thing. But I feel that's a more realistic. I feel that's a more realistic transfer that could happen than Douglas Luiz, only because Aston Villa will be like quite stubborn about it, given the position they're in and stuff. Unless you offer them like 100 million, which obviously we're not going to do.
And mostly really good Spanish players end up at Barcelona or Real Madrid anyway, and then play their whole careers there.
Yeah, I mean, but we got some share of them, so I don't know, maybe.
Even this one as well. Yeah, this one came in yesterday, so this was then updated yesterday, where it came in. It says Arsenal striker search looks more plausible in the summer. It would take a massive bid to get Brentford to sell Ivan Toney in January, Osimhen, Sesko, and Ferguson. So at least now we know that Toney, Osimhen, Sesko, and Ferguson are the names that are on the list of possible strikers that they're looking at. Are admired at Arsenal, but an arrival is not anticipated at any time soon. So, yeah,
and that's what annoys me, man. That's what annoys me the most of our business.
I think for me personally, I think we need a striker. We need a striker.
Jan.
We may be able to get past Jan, but if we go into the summer, we need to go for somebody big.
Yeah, I agree.
A midfielder in January is a must.
Yeah,
100%. I think a midfielder is a must in January. But when it comes to the striker, I don't mind waiting until the summer.
Because same here.
As long as we can promise or we get the definite that we are actually going to go in, we're going to get a top class striker, put our money where our mouth is, and say, you know what, we want that guy. He's going to win it for us. He's going to come in. He's going to be our main number 9. Yeah. Jesus is going to be here and there in regards to different play styles, different ways you want to play, depending on how you want to play. But he's going to be our main number 9, scoring number 9. And yeah, let's bring him in. But don't start doing this wishy-washy stuff where you're flip-flopping. You're one striker here, and you go to another striker there, and you're doing this and doing that. Have your main target. If your main target doesn't work, go to the next target. But make sure you're working on the targets behind the scenes as well, the other targets. Don't just go for a main target, put everything on that, and the other targets are not even being worked on. Do you know what I mean? You need to work on everybody.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah, I agree with you. For me, the striker thing, it's like I would love to get a striker ahead of Nketiah, and it's literally only because I don't rate Nketiah. Not because I want a striker to come in as a starting guy because I don't rate Jesus. I think Jesus is good enough to lead our team. And I think if Jesus, for whatever reason, God forbid, is injured or is having a bad patch, I think we have 2 other options ahead of Nketiah that could start there and do better than Nketiah, like Havertz, like Trossard. For me, the only reason why I want a striker like in the summer desperately is to have someone better then Nketiah compete with Jesus. But for me, the midfield position is the one that we have to address in January if the plan is still to win the league title this season. And we obviously have a good chance at it. Like, I would hate for us to be top of the league by end of Jan, not having got a midfielder, and then suddenly we crash in March or April again like last season. It would be annoying as hell. What happened?
There was a tackle. Oh, hold on. Let me just send this to you guys. 1 second. Let me.
Is this the Man City game?
Yeah. There was a bad tackle on Rodri, and he got substituted from the game. Bad tackle. Rodri.
Ooh.
Obviously, listen. Hopefully he's all right. But
yeah, did he break his leg or something?
No. It was just he got substituted out. But the tackle looks pretty. It looks he's landed on his ankle, and his ankle's twisted.
Ooh.
Usually these ankle twists heal quick.
I've just sent it to you. Yeah, I've just sent it to you guys. Obviously, you guys have a look, but to me that looks painful, man. That looks like it's painful.
Yeah, speedy recovery. We don't want injuries on anyone.
Yeah, no chance.
Listen. I generally don't want injuries on anybody, but you know,
it would change things. Rodri being
out. This is huge. Rodri's huge.
That could cause some real trouble for Man City if they were to lose him.
Wait, did you send it? I didn't get it.
Yeah, I sent it on Twitter.
Did you know that
okay.
Yeah.
Did you know that if Man City draws without Rodri, it would be a good result? Because every time they played without Rodri, they've lost.
They've lost. Yeah.
So a draw would be a good result, unironically.
Apparently, he's been subbed off due to a knee injury, and it's an apparent knee injury.
Knee.
Oh, if it's knee, he's done. Bro.
That's the. Listen, it's not looking good,
bro. Knee is the most fucked up place in your leg because if your knee is injured, for example, a long time, other parts of your leg will have a domino effect of it. So when you recover, other parts of your leg can get injured because of the fact that your knee was injured and the knee is holding everything together, you know? So logically speaking, if you look at other players who had knee injuries in the past, other parts of their leg got injured after that because of the fact that a knee is really important for the leg to keep other parts stable as well.
Another one which I wanted to share, just a bit of news that broke today. It's not massive news, but we'll cover it anyway. It looks like they're set to appoint the Crystal Palace head of sports medicine, Zafar Iqbal, as the new doctor, expected to switch in the summer after notice period, which obviously he has to give. Previously worked for Liverpool and Tottenham. It's a permanent replacement for Gary O'Driscoll. So we're finally replacing Gary O'Driscoll after he's obviously gone to Manchester United. And yeah, let's hope that he can try and sort, because I'm not comfortable with that amount of injuries that we get in training. I'm not comfortable with how the rehabilitation it goes for certain players, because you know you do get a lot of injuries, and it's just the training injuries. Do you know what I mean? Why are we getting so many training injuries? Why are so many players getting injured when we're not even seeing them get injured? It's not even on
because our training ground is a car park.
So it seems like it, bro. It seems like it. Can you imagine knee sliding on concrete, bro? It's crazy. But yeah, listen, for me, I'm hoping that he can come in and do. I don't know if you guys have anything to say on this, but I hope he can come in and do a good job, man.
I don't know this guy, bro. I don't have any qualifications to talk about this. Let's just hope that this guy is the one that got Olise back really quick, and he can do the same with our injured players, and he can prevent injuries in the future.
The only thing is he's not coming into the summer. I would say, come on, man, just come in, help out Timber, bro. Just get him back. Get him back for tomorrow, man.
Bro,
for me, Partey, bro. Come do some magic, keep Partey fit for the rest of the season.
Hey, Partey and Tomiyasu are probably back for the second Liverpool game for the FA Cup game, yeah?
I mean, that's
Yeah,
the timeline they give.
The FA Cup. They said they're due to be back for the FA Cup game.
Yeah.
And then the game.
Bro, imagine Partey and Tomiyasu against Liverpool. Hey, it's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah. Listen, that's another bit of news there, coming out. How? What's this? Skullex. Hamza is talking shit about you in his stream. Yeah, Hamza's a fraud. Hamza is a fraud. Firstly.
Big fraud.
And he said, by the way, Rodri got the knee injuries confirmed. The thing
Yeah,
is, we
I
just
saw
have
Fabrizio's tweet.
Oh, it's Fabrizio Romano tweeted.
Yeah, I think Fabrizio Romano tweeted it.
Whoa! I haven't seen that.
Just check for
Man City
Fabrizio.
midfield. Rodri has gone back down with a knee injury sustained during World Cup final. He left the pitch and more will follow from Man City medical staff. Wow. That's big for Man City, because although I like to joke about and call them Rodri FC, they literally, like, Rodri is literally their
if we lose Declan Rice, for example.
Yeah, he's our Declan Rice. Like, if we lose Declan Rice, it causes us trouble. If they lose Rodri, that causes them massive trouble, because Rodri he was that piece that completed the puzzle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, speedy recovery, man.
Yeah,
they already needed to go in January and get a midfielder. If somehow he's out for the whole season, they might need to get. Well, they won't get two. That's for sure.
Bro, knowing Pep, he's gonna probably play Ortega in the midfield if this keeps on going. You know.
Yeah, that's true as well. It's good that Stones is back though, but I don't think Stones can do the job by himself.
Yeah, no chance. Yeah,
Stones can do the job by himself. So that's the only thing. Stones next to Rodri, completely different. I think they complement each other so well.
And I think Stones only looks good there because he's next to Rodri.
Because of
Stones
Rodri, yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think Stones converting from center back will not be able to do well.
Rodri does. I think what it is, is that Stones obviously inverting, like you said, he adds as the extra man, and then also Rodri does a lot of the heavy lifting. Rodri is just there Rodri does a lot of the heavy lifting. I think Flat Stones is just there to, he's there to present it very well. Do you know what I mean? But Rodri's doing a lot of heavy lifting, man. He's very important to Man City. So
bro, let alone helping. Let alone helping Stones. They haven't got a point without Rodri, bro. It's literally your most important player. KDB was injured, but they still got points. They were still in the race. Okay, they may be fourth, but they still were doing good. But without Rodri, they haven't got a point, bro. This is literally their most important player.
It's crazy that they finally get their best player back, and the other one goes away. Like if he's
exactly,
long, for example.
Exactly.
Mad.
But anyway, listen. Enough about Man City. They're frauds. Yeah, 150
big frauds.
Guys, spam 115 in the chat, man. Spam
115, bro.
115 charges, frauds. Anyway, listen. Getting onto the important game. Liverpool away. We are going to get into the preview now and speak about it. What are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts on the whole on the game? Approaching it now. It's tomorrow. You know what I mean? Are you getting nervous? Are you excited? All of the above.
Right now, I'm not nervous, but I'm pretty sure it will kick in tomorrow, 100%, because it's always like that, like a couple of hours before the game. It's definitely our biggest and toughest test of the season. I said that before Villa, and to be honest, we lost that game, unfortunately, even though we played really well. I think it's going to be even bigger than the Man City game, because we're at a more latter stage in the season, obviously, compared to when we played Man City. And secondly, because it's away from home, right? A ground that we haven't won in like since 2012 with Cazorla and Podolski. So it's obviously going to be very, very difficult. I got into, I know, not an argument, but like my opinion was kind of crazily attacked a couple of days ago, if you remember in the space.
Yeah, you're fraudulent. No.
I'm not, bro. I'm not, because for me, right, if we play incredible football, we dominate and we play some of the most beautiful like passing games we've ever seen in our life, but get out of the point, I would actually be quite disappointed. I'd be like, man, I honestly feel, I know Liverpool have been good this season. There's not much to separate us. We're only 1 point ahead of them. Our defense is similar, attack is similar. But for me, I feel like we have a chance to get at them this game, right? And actually come back with all 3 points. So I would much rather play the shittiest football mankind has ever seen and come back with all 3 points than play beautiful football and draw a game. Now, the reason, I'm going to explain what I was suggesting. I came on the space and I said, give me haram football, right? Give me astaghfirullah kind of football where we go there and we defend deep as long as we win, right? I don't care if we have 70% possession, 80, 90, and we only have like 10%. I don't give a shit as long as we come back with all 3 points. Now, if we can go there and play our game, because I was feeling a bit nervous yesterday and I just to give myself some weird confidence, and now it's gone, so it'll probably come back again tomorrow. I watched the first half of last season's game, the Anfield one, when we were 2-0 up. I switched it off just before Salah scored the first goal. I'm like, let me live in this utopian world as if like everything went really well. Big up Denzel. Big up
from Dubai.
So I watched and I was like, yeah, you know what? We played well last season there. We could replicate it. You know, the funny thing is people say we dominated. We didn't actually dominate as much as people think we did. They had chances too. Salah had a chance and he missed a blunder in the first half. Robertson missed another one in the first half as well. So they also had dangerous chances that could have got them back in the game. So yeah, like for me, tomorrow, I don't want us to go there and focus on playing our kind of football and impose our style. I want us to do whatever the hell we need to do to win, right? Whether it's playing a low block, whether it's playing a mid block, whether it's playing high pressing game, whether it's expansive football, focusing on the mid, focusing on the flanks. I don't give a shit. The point is we need to come back with 3 points, because if we come back with 3 points, I genuinely feel that sets us up really, really well for like being not only title favorites, but giving us a big chance of winning it, right? I know the league is not won in December. I get it. There's still a long time to go. But I'm confident we can beat them at the return fixture at Emirates, right? So if you end up beating them home and away, right, and you've already beat City in one game, that's a massive, massive difference. Because guess what? Whoever wins the league in the end is not going to win it by 10 points. Between us, City, and Liverpool, whoever wins it is probably going to win it by like 5 points max, right? So I think these head-to-head games between the 3 of us will make a massive, massive, massive difference. Last season is a big example. If we beat City in one of the 2 games, we win the league. Like mathematically, just check it out. It would definitely have happened. And especially in the first game, because the first game when we played City at the Emirates, if we beat them and then we win our game in hand, which was against Everton at home, we would have been 9 points ahead. And they drew to Nottingham Forest the next game, so probably 11 points ahead, right? So we need to make sure we go and come back with all 3 points. Honestly, even a draw, I know people say, yeah, I'll take a draw. It's Anfield. I don't know, man. Even a draw, I would feel like it's a big letdown, because when the hell will we go will we go there and win then? When?
Right, Ashraf, the only thing I'll say, because me, Mo, Staffy, and Hassam had a discussion on Al-Lahwa where we spoke about, obviously Mo was saying, even if Arsenal don't win this game, it doesn't affect the title. There's nothing.
It could.
It doesn't go ahead. While I agree that even if we don't win, if we don't win this game, it won't affect the title.
It's not a disaster, yeah.
It won't affect the title necessarily. But the reason why I want them to win this game is because of the mentality. For them to put a statement out there, it's going to be a statement win. Where, do you know what I mean? We're going out there and saying, listen, we just came to Anfield and we managed to beat Liverpool at Anfield. Yeah, this stadium has had Man City come to it, and Man City haven't even gotten Man City. Whoa! What's this? Oh no, Elliott and Jones might be out. Weren't seen in training. For sake, man, don't
stop it.
Don't tell me our options are Sukma.
Nah, Val is out here looking for clips, man. That's what he's doing. He wants to get you, man.
You know what, Val? You're such a, because I said Sukma and I was like, nah. What's that?
so
What's the
Kwadik.
second one? What's the other
Oh,
one?
this guy.
I have no idea. I don't know if that's a player from their academy or if that's also part of the joke.
Tyler
I don't
Morton.
know. I don't
Nah.
know. Is
I
that
don't
second? Is that second one an actual player, Vel, or is that another name that you made? Because I couldn't even understand that second one, bro. But nah, big up Vel, man. Big up Vel. He's right now. Vel is just looking for clips. Yeah, Ash, you might get
big
clips.
up Vel,
Yeah,
man.
I'm letting
Always
you know
makes me laugh.
You
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
might
he
get
is a Liverpool. He's a Liverpool player who's on loan to Hull City.
Oh, is he?
He's on loan at Hull City.
This guy's such a fraud, bro. But yeah, the thing is, it won't affect us. But for the win, it's a statement win. It puts it out there saying, "Listen, we came to the stadium. We were able to get a win with Man City. Man City weren't even able to come here and get a win.
Yeah,
Even when Liverpool were shit, they still weren't able to go. Liverpool still won 1-0 against them last season. When Liverpool were playing some of the shittest football I've seen them play in a minute. Do you know what I mean? While they were going through that transition through midfield and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think we need to, for me personally, we need to win. But if we lose or we draw, it's not the end of the world. It's not. You know what I mean? I might get bantered a little bit, but you know that shit will go away in like freaking 2-3 days. But yeah, I think it's an interesting game we're going into. T, what are your thoughts on it?
For me, it's simple. It's a must-win game. This is the game that our players needs to show who they are at the moment, where they are, how far they've come. If we win this game, okay, this will be the biggest statement we can make. Because I think, and this goes out, this is also my respect to Liverpool as a whole, because I respect the club, I respect the stadium, I respect Anfield as a whole. I have no problems with Liverpool whatsoever. But I think Anfield is the biggest away game in the Premier League at this moment in time, even bigger than Etihad.
Yeah.
And what bigger statement can you make than to win in Anfield when Liverpool are challenging together with you the title? You know, this would be the biggest statement we could make. This would be the biggest. This will be the biggest test of the season for our players. And we don't have that much injuries. I think we have enough quality to go out there and win. I think Liverpool have some weak points, like we have our weak points. For example, you put I was that was fraudulent, by the way, Saad. I need to call you out on that because in the combined 11 you put Tsimikas at left back, and
that was just no. Hold on.
That guy is the glorified Bellerin, but okay. What you want to say? What you want to say?
That was a compromise. Listen, I got Havertz into that. We got Havertz into that. So, you know what I mean? Somebody had to fall short, man. Someone had to fall short.
But I think if we can talk about Zinchenko's bad defense, but I think Tsimikas is worse when it comes to defending. And those are one of those weak points. And though I think Rice needs to shut him down, and I think Ødegaard needs to cook him as well. You know, they have weak points, and we can get at them. It's not like they have a perfect team. The only thing we lose against every time when we play Liverpool at their stadium is Anfield. We don't lose against their team, we lose against Anfield. And we need to put that away from our mind and go into this game cold and think that you can win this and not get sucked by the crowd. Pause. You know? Pause. Because pause. But that's what happens at the end. We crumble, they get gas. Because what happened last year? Xhaka happened. Anfield woke up and their players woke up. And what happened? We drew when we were 2-0 ahead. So
sorry, T, sorry, just a second. Vel, you fraud. Yeah. pocketing Foden is nothing. Nothing. Yeah, because Zinchenko pocketed Foden and pocketed what's his name? What's the left winger's name? Doku. Baby Doku, yeah. Zinchenko actually pocketed both of them in one game. So beat that, bro.
But to be fair, Tsimikas has actually been good last couple of games. Like if you're talking
about going forward, yes.
No, even defensively, last couple of games he's been decent. To be honest,
yeah. Statistically, through the season, he's not been much better than that. Much
yeah. That I agree with. I agree with that.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm going to use Saad's catchphrase again. At the end of the day, this is a must-win game. We need to show how far we've come as a team. These players are mature now. I don't see them as young players anymore. They're not. Those players from. This is not the Saka with number 87 on his back. Let me say that. Okay, this is the mature number 7 Saka, and that goes to all these players. This is the time that we go to Liverpool and win, because that will be the biggest statement that will let people know how far we've come, and people will take us seriously after that. Because imagine beating Liverpool at Anfield, bro. What bigger statement can you make? Like I said before, that's it. We must win. I don't take a draw. I won't be happy with a draw. We must win.
I think it's also crucial given what happened against Aston Villa, right? Because we went to that ground, all the pressure. Oh, they have not 14 wins in a row, blah blah blah, and all that shit. And we dominated them for majority of the game and played really well, but just couldn't see anything out of it. So I think, especially given the result, because if we won against Villa, we would have been sitting 4 points ahead right now, right? And that would have given us a bit more breathing room. And I think even the players probably would have gone into this game a lot more confident, a lot more relaxed, because they know, okay, even if we lose, we're still top of the league. And I think sometimes when you know you have less to lose, you end up playing a lot better because the pressure is not there. So you actually end up going for it. You try different things. You come with that confidence of, you know what, I am the champion. I am the best. I am going to play you. I think that's how we beat teams like Tottenham, like United, like Liverpool last season when they came to our ground. Even when we went to Tottenham's ground, we were top of the league. We were flying. Chelsea as well. I know they were shit last season, but obviously still going to Chelsea's ground would have been like a bit difficult, and we ended up only winning by Gabriel's header from a corner. So I think the reason we were able to win these games and dominate, and even against Liverpool when we drew at their ground 2-2, any other season we probably lose that game. But I think because we went there top of the league with that confidence, knowing that, you know what, this season you ain't shit, like we're actually better than you, I think that gives these players some sort of confidence. And I think a big crucial part. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask a question, but just finishing what you're saying.
I was just going to say a big crucial part to us tomorrow, like getting something out of the game. And when I say something, hopefully the 3 points is definitely going to be like our player of the season and the Premier League's player of the season so far, Declan Rice. I saw the video with the Football Terrace, like obviously big up to the Football Terrace, incredible channel, but that fraudulence where they didn't want to like name. I understand it's agenda. They're trying to make the show exciting and stuff, but it's obvious that he has been the best. Forget midfielder in the league. He has been the best player in the league. And I say, yes, the best player, because I know Salah's stats are good, but he's had some off games, whereas Declan Rice has had none, like zero, right? And the fact that they couldn't name a single player kind of tells you, like, it is what it is. They just wanted to, like, talk about certain shit. And
the only one who named the player was Kate, and she named Vicario, who...
Which is ridiculous, because you cannot concede 23 goals and be like, it's not because, bro, Alisson has been a better keeper than Vicario. So what are we doing now? Yeah, fair enough. I understand, but
I'm not trying to protect.
I hear you.
Statistically speaking, Raya has been a better keeper than Vicario.
No, but even if Vicario has been the best keeper in the league, like the thing is, I don't mind them putting Vicario, but he's not been better than Declan Rice for me, because Declan Rice, he's the best player in the team that's the best in the league, right? And he's not had a single bad game. Vicario as well, like you can't blame him for the 4-1 against Chelsea. In fact, if it wasn't for him, it would have been 8 or 9. But I just don't see how a keeper could have like 23 goals conceded or something like that, and obviously like the 4 goals and losing at home at West Ham, and Villa and stuff, and you say that, oh, he's been the best player. But anyways.
Yeah, and I agree with Vel. Sorry that I cut you off, but I agree with Vel as well. If you're gonna name a keeper, at least name Alisson, because he actually makes a change instead of Vicario. You know, we've seen this guy a few months, and now he's the best keeper in the world. Get out of here, man. Tottenham
And
agendas.
here's the thing. Even Alisson, sorry, Velv, even Alisson doesn't get ahead of Rice. Alisson had one bad game against City, if you remember. He's the reason they conceded that goal, right? Rice hasn't had any bad games so far, like none. The only performance where you could say, oh, well, it wasn't the best performance was Tottenham, but he got injured and he was out in the first half itself, or at the end of the first half. So you can't even hold that against him. Every other game, he's put in a minimum of like 7.5, and majority of the games was like 8-9. He's won like so many man of the match awards. He's got so many tackles and interceptions, and only one yellow card to all of that, right? Which means he is putting in tackles, he is winning the ball back, but he's doing it cleanly, right? And he scored clutch goals as well. So there's literally nothing you could have asked more from him. He's also played two different positions. He's played as a DM, he's played as a center mid. So he's actually had to play two different positions. Yeah, can you name the second game, Vel? Because he's saying he's had two bad games. He's not even had one, but name the two games. Because I'm pretty sure there aren't any in the Premier League, at least. Because we're talking about the Premier League, obviously. To be honest,
I think the second one is gonna name Brentford when Havertz scored the header. But what can he do in that game?
I don't think he was bad against Brentford, to be honest.
Who's that?
What can he do as well? You know,
he wasn't bad against Brentford.
He still had a good game. It just wasn't to the level that he would have.
Yeah, it was a 7. It was a 7. It was not like a 5 or a 6 or a 4, right? Like it wasn't the 8 or 9 that we saw against City and against, I don't know, some other teams, but it was definitely not a bad game. And the last thing, sorry, because it's also on the point where they're like, oh, if he's that much better or if he's improved your team, how come you guys are worse off? Yeah, because last season we had Partey, Chaka, and Odegaard for majority of the first half of the season. We haven't had Partey this season.
This man said Spurs, he was mid.
Firstly, yeah, but look at what he says after that.
and he said, and tomorrow
the second one, okay, the second one is funny, so I'll give it to you. The second one is funny, I'll give it to you. The first one was bad.
Spurs, he wasn't bad in the first half. The second half, he came off. He came off at half time.
I guarantee you.
That's the reason why Spurs won that or drew
exactly.
That game.
We would have won the game if it wasn't for him, 100%. If because Jorginho, the guy who came in for him, gave them the goal. But anyways, yeah, look, he has to have a top performance tomorrow because that midfield battle, in my opinion, will decide everything, right?
Okay,
so we need to make sure we dominate.
Here's the question I wanted to ask you guys. Yeah, would you guys rather go all out blazing from the start, or would you rather grow into the game? You start the game off a bit slow, you grow into the game slowly, and then you know what I mean?
It's a tough one because when you blitz them, then you can sit back. But I also think of the factor that if you survive the first 15 minutes in Anfield without conceding, that means there's a game. Okay? Then it's a game. Because Liverpool, when they score in the first 10 or 15, that means it's going to be a long day. But if they don't, then you have a chance. So we can do the same thing as last year, that we can blitz them 2-0 and then hope they don't score against us. But we also can survive the first 15, 20 and then go blitz them. You know? So I don't know. I'm on the fence on this one. It's a tough one. Because Liverpool are not a team that gets blitzed that easily, because I'm also taking into consideration that Van Dijk got his form back, you know, and last year he wasn't really there, and so you had the opportunity to blitz Liverpool at that moment in time, especially that Martinelli goal, because that a decent defender would have stopped that goal easily, you know, and last year they didn't really have it. So is the blitzing really an option, you know, or is it better to?
Into the game.
Yeah, same. I think so. Yeah, I when I think about it, I think surviving the first 15, 20 and then growing into the game and then blitz them. That's the smart move, I think.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think that's the best way for us to go. I think growing into the game, we can come out of it with possibly a 1-0 if we can stop them from scoring. If we can possibly kind of survive that first 10, 15, 20 minutes, because they're going to be on us from the first minute. So if we can survive that, then we grow into the game, we get a goal, maybe two, and we see what happens. I still think we'll concede, but if we can concede maybe earlier even, and then we can work on getting the goals back, I think we will score. But yeah, I'd like to play or grow into the game, to be honest. If it's me saying that, I wouldn't want to go all out guns blazing from the start, because you get tired.
Yeah, that's true. For me, I don't think there's a clear answer. I think like it's very difficult to imagine, because the thing is, if we blitz them from the beginning, right? Yeah, we might be able to get the lead like how we did last season and dominate, but because it's at Anfield, they will eventually have a moment where they do come back. When I say come back, it doesn't necessarily mean they'll score, but they will have like that 15, 20, 30 minutes where they're completely controlling the game and attack after attack after attack after attack, and they're going to put us under pressure, because now the whole crowd will get up, and you know how it is, right? And but the thing is, on the other side though of the spectrum, there are many games last season where we blitzed certain teams from the beginning and we ended up winning, like Tottenham away from home, Newcastle. I think we started well. Other couple games that I can. There are other games I remember where we started really strong and we were able to contain, right? And if you remember, Newcastle, after Odegaard scored, they had so many chances. Like Chalker had that credible tackle, I think, on Willock or Murphy, I can't remember. They had like they came at us again and again and again. Even Tottenham, when we won 2-0, we scored in the first half, I think, or did we score 2 in the first half? No, I think we scored 1 in the first half. And then Saka came with, I can't remember what the first half score was, but second half, Tottenham came in really strong. They had a couple of waves of attacks. Ramsdale saved a couple of them, and after that, we controlled the game. So I'm not sure. The problem for me with growing into the game is we didn't grow into the game like with Aston Villa, or we did, but we didn't score. We didn't grow into the game against Newcastle, right? Like I know, like obviously their goal should have never stood, but we didn't score at all. We didn't create a clear-cut chance. So
but the
that's
main
my
problem
only
also
fear.
is, just to add to that small bit, we didn't look like scoring as well. Normally, when we're behind and we try to score, we look like we're going to score. But Newcastle and against Aston Villa, those two games, we didn't look like we were going to score, man.
Yeah. I feel like catching them by surprise is the best thing, because the Liverpool crowd, if you guys saw the United game, because it was 0-0 in the first half, the crowd was a bit silent in the second half because people started getting nervous. I think if we can end the first half 0-0 and then we start the second half strong, we have a much better chance.
Yeah. Let's move on. What starting 11s would you guys go with? Well, we'll wrap up the show soon. But what starting 11s would you guys go with for this game? We'll start with Ashraf and then we'll go to T.
I mean, Raya obviously in goal, although Ramsdale last season, if you guys remember, had a blinder like against them. He's the reason we came out of the draw. So for me, whoever starts, I guess Raya, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Zinchenko, obviously, because there's no other options. Midfield, some people were saying Jorginho, Rice, and Odegaard. I wouldn't start Jorginho in this game. I think Liverpool's midfield will be too quick and aggressive for him. I would actually start Havertz. It's crazy to say this because I would have never said this at the start of the season. But given the options, I would probably play Rice, Havertz, and Odegaard. And then the front three is the same. Jesus, Saka, and Martinelli. Martinelli hopefully will have a field day against Arnold.
Yeah, I'm hoping he does. And what's your score prediction for this game? You knew. I don't know why you're laughing like that. You knew it was coming, bro. You knew the question was coming. So.
I thought it would come in after all of us are done towards the end, but
Nah. I gotta ask her for you straight away, bro. You know what I mean?
Man, honestly, I don't know, bro. Like this is gonna sound like so cliche and stupid and cheesy and like obvious. Like anything could happen except for thrashing. No team is gonna thrash the other. Like how Liverpool used to thrash us back then, or we thrashed them 4-1 in 2015. It's never gonna happen this game. I don't know, man. It depends on their midfield. Like if they start with this midfield that Vel has posted, then why did he put Jones, Havertz? Oh, he's doing a combined 11. Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna say draw. Like I definitely don't worry about Liverpool win.
Don't look at his combined 11. His combined 11 stinks, bro. What the fuck is that?
I
Fuck is
didn't know.
that shit, bro?
Kwanzaa.
Well, I didn't even put it on
Nah, he's
well, I
kidding.
didn't
He's
even put it on
kidding.
the screen. But let me
Yeah.
just put it on the screen for a second. What the fuck is that
That's
shit?
an
Nah,
trend.
he's messing
Kwanzaa.
around. He's messing
Fuck
around.
is all
for
that
sure.
shit, bro?
He's messing
That's a
around.
Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa, isn't that the airline that goes to Australia or something, bro?
It is,
Isn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
It's
You,
Qantas.
you,
Qantas or
you put
something.
Kakko in
Qantas,
as
not
well.
Kwanzaa, yeah.
Qantas. It's Qantas,
It's
bro. What
Qantas,
the
yeah.
hell are we doing here, bro? Wallahi, bro, you're a joker, man. But
Qantas.
so what was your scoreline?
I'm going for a draw, I guess. Because I don't want to predict a Liverpool win. And for us to get a win, like we have to play out of our skins. I don't know if we'll do that. So I'm gonna say draw. 1-1.
T starting 11
Mhm.
that you want to
Mike,
go with.
But I would be
My-
upset with a 1-1 draw, by the way, just to let you know. Crazy.
yeah. Well, my starting 11 is really basic. You know, Raya, Ben White, Gabriel, Saliba, Zinchenko, Rice, Havertz, Ødegaard, and the standard front three. I think Havertz. Havertz. I have a feeling that Havertz is going to do a thing in this game. He's going to do something in this game. I feel so. That's why I feel like he's going to start. And Trossard will make an impact in the second half. I think that's how are we going to approach this game. And my scoreline will be 2-1 to the Arsenal.
Yeah, you know, I listen. Similar thing to me. For me, I would play Trossard instead of Havertz in that midfield. I would play Trossard left 8 just because I want to enable Ødegaard.
You love that Trossard in the mid thing, huh?
No, because he unlocks Ødegaard, bro.
Yeah,
If you see in every single game that we've played where Trossard is in that 8 or in the left 8, he unlocks him, bro. He unlocks him. Ødegaard has an amazing game when Trossard plays in that left 8 because I think he goes into like the 10 position and then Ødegaard drops deep and is able to carry the ball forward. But yeah, that's going to be it's basically your starting 11s, but instead of Havertz, I'm putting in a Trossard on the left 8. Yeah, and then for my score prediction, I'm going to go 2-1 to the Arsenal. I'm gonna go with Martinelli to score first, Salah to I'm gonna go with Salah to equalize
with a penalty.
Yeah, with a penalty, and then an 89th minute goal from none other.
Bukayo.
Kai Havertz coming. No. Kai Havertz coming off the bench, mate. Kai Havertz coming off the bench. He scores a goal for us to win us the game. Hey, that was crazy.
That will be a really fun Allah episode.
Yeah, that'll be crazy. If that happens, then bro, Hassan better hide, man. If that happens,
you better change that picture. You better change your profile picture to Havertz being the father of Liverpool. You know.
Yeah, no, like it's not gonna be that one. It's gonna be instead of this one, you're gonna have Havertz there, and you're gonna have freaking whoever's the best player in the game there. And you have to leave. You're gonna have like Alisson there or something.
Yeah, probably, or Van Dijk
or Salah.
Yeah.
My only concern with starting Trossard in the mid with Ødegaard is it's gonna be too lightweight. Like I feel like it'll be a bit too lightweight for that Liverpool midfield. But I mean, it could work. Trossard has had good games against Liverpool in the past. So,
and if you want to control games as well, I think Havertz would be a better option at the beginning, and Trossard would be a better super sub if we want to control the game from the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
And well, I know you're asking, say nothing, Martin score. I don't know if he'll score or not, but he's gonna have an amazing game.
No,
he's sure.
Ashraf, don't worry, bro. He everything that Vel is saying right now. You think he's gonna score that? It's just because of me, bro. He wants to get this clip. He wants to get this clip. So if they beat us, or
man
if
is
we
shook.
For them,
man is shook,
bro. He's gonna clip me up, bro, and then he's gonna make the intro look hella funny, bro. But listen, we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm not even being Oh, look at this. He's such a fraud. Man said, Liverpool, don't you dare make me edit Hassan the best 2 times in a row, man. Hey, listen, they 2 times in a row, bro. 2 times in a row. Inshallah. Inshallah. But yeah, listen, guys, that's the end of the stream. Thank you very much for joining me today, guys. The links will be down in the description right now. I put it in so you can go right now, go into the description, subscribe to Ashraf, give him a subscription, go and follow T on the Twitter, give him a follow on there. And guys, make sure you're smashing the like button on this video here, and make sure you're subscribing to the channel. If you are watching this on a replay, also please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Big up everybody in the chat. We will see you guys in the next video. Take care, my people. Laters. Peace.